Welcome back, YouTubers. Let's get this game underway. This is game 2 between EGidra and ROOTMinigun. Our teal Protoss at the top and our green Zerg at the bottom. Having some conversation already. Luckily they made Protoss, and then they get the little shruggy thing going on. Idra says, indeed. Not sure. Looks like we jumped in mid-conversation. Maybe they were talking before the second game started. And he says, God forbid you lose every game you ever played. Wow. Okay, that's a little rough. Maybe they're talking about when Minigun played as Terran or something, so Minigun agrees, and they move on. So last game we did see Idra lose on Xel'Naga Caverns. It was a big Colossus and a Stalker Death Ball versus his Roach Hydra Corruptor mix with his Zerglings at the end. It just wasn't enough. He was able to match his bases and grab the gold against Idra, and Idra never grabbed his gold. He attempted to once and was failed to hold it, while Minigun was able to grab it and hold it and maintain 3 other bases as well. And just wasn't enough, and Idra just could not hold out against it. So we'll see what happens on Metalopolis here between these two great players. One a bit more well-mannered than the other. So let's see what happens. I love this map. This is going to be the MLG version of Metalopolis because of this neutral building here. Also, guys, I still need an overlay. Random change of subject, I know, but I still need one. If any of you guys know how to are good with Photoshop, please feel free to send it to mathissc@gmail.com. All your replays can go there as well. And don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button if you guys are a fan of my cast, because the more subscribes you get, the more I just want to cast for you. It's so much fun. I enjoy it. So we'll see what happens. We have the typical gateway at the wall here, getting ready to wall off against Idra. Whoop, there goes my little... I'm going to stop scrolling. I'm just going to use the arrows here. Grabbing a pretty early gas as well. Last time Idra tried to do an expand after hatchery, but as always, just like last time, this probe was here to stop him. He did attempt a pylon block last time, but it looks like he's going to allow him to grab that, and Idra did not lose any time whatsoever there at all. On the probe was failed to really do much because he did grab his spawning pool first, so he was able to dump those minerals and knew that he's going to go for the block, it looked like, so he grabbed that spawning pool well before the hatchery, so it didn't delay his expansion at all. But the probe did almost die. It is down to 5 health, but the shields are already fully recharged, so he's going to continue to scout around. If we look down here, he's got a gateway, a saber cord typically going. Nothing special. Grab that second gas, so we probably won't see any crazy early aggression. Maybe we'll see the same thing as last time. He did do a early expand build as well last time. He went into, I want to say it was a 2-gate. I can't remember completely. But I'm just going to scoot on in here and see exactly what's going on. Probably going to be dropping a pylon. Yep, going to be dropping a pylon right at the edge here. Like all Protoss do, be able to warp in and up and down easily with that. And it kind of gives them sight of down here. So one way or another, he has the ability to warp on the low ground. Just popping on his queen now. We have warp gate technology being researched while this hatchery is almost ready to pop. So I really was kind of watching the MLG games again, and I don't know if you guys saw, but you should definitely go see the EGidra versus us OGSDM MMA, I believe is, or it could have been Slayers MMA. I can't remember. I'm not completely too keen on the Korean scene, but you definitely check that game where he was Terran, and Idra quit the game because he thought he had a 3rd base, but he had the Terran accidentally killed off his own command center. It was hilarious to watch, and Husky has it up. If you guys watch Husky StarCraft at all, go watch that game. It's so good. I should say Idra versus MMA. Such a funny game. Idra was probably slapping himself in the face. That's the 2nd time Idra has quit over something. Huck forced him to quit against in a recent tournament when Huck hallucinated a bunch of... Ooh, what were they? I want to say they were Colossus. They could have been Immortals too. Actually, they might have been Immortals. We hallucinated a bunch of units, and Idra thought they were real, and he just thought the army was too big. But he saw all the sentries mixed in there, so I'm curious. But either way, it was really funny. Another quit there, and we got a Stalker poking in here. So we did do Stalker first. I was saying, when you see, depending on the second unit of the Protoss player, that Stalker typically gives way, that it's going to be some sort of crazy, could be some early pressure. Let's take a look what's going on up here. He does have 1, 2, 3 gateways, so 3 gateway pressure, and we have a Twilight Council. Ooh, a really early Twilight Council on the way for ROOTMinigun. Maybe some early Blink Stalker research to throw down. With 3 gateways, that wouldn't be too surprising, and these guys are finishing up just about on time for the warp gate to start, just a little early, but not too bad. Let's see if he decides to throw it, if we're going to see some heavy Blink Stalker play right away. No, he's not researching it yet. He's going for the expansion first, so he's going to do 3 gateway expand with the Twilight Council before anything. So that's interesting. You usually don't see this too often, but Blink Stalkers are so good. And it looks like he's going to be building a Dark Shrine? Huh. Okay, I was wrong. He got this for the Dark Shrine. That's weird. You don't see that often at all. That is a very, very gas and mineral intense build. So he's gonna need that second base. So if he's planning on going heavy Dark Templar, that's gonna be a little rough. That's gonna be a little. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious if that's gonna be. I'm curious what's gonna happen. He's gonna be moving in here with these Zerglings to do some damage. He's gonna take out this pylon. Looks like he's not gonna be able to stop him from taking out that pylon in time, unless EGidra decides to back off. He did lose an Overlord, it looks like, a second ago. He does have, I like this, he has a proxy pylon here. You'll probably be using this for the Dark Templar. Wow, Darkstalkers is a game, I'm pretty sure. To warp these in and do some harassment. EGidra is already on his third base. It's a very early third base. So, also, as I said last game, when you see them early expand, you have two choices: try and punish them for it, or attempt to grab a third as well. So he decided to go for the third, being a very macro-oriented player, and having failed last time with the early punishing attempt with those roaches. I'm not surprised to see that. So let's see how that pays off for him, if it pays off in the end. Creep spread is looking good, giving all the bases connected. Yep, they are all nice and connected, so the speed and movement between the two of them is not going to be bad at all. And I like how he keeps these Zerglings right up here, because he'll know just when they're moving out, prepare when he needs to, but he won't be expecting this. So let's follow these guys. It looks like he is moving with his Zerglings, poking in and poking up. But the key is going to be these guys. What's going to happen here? EGidra is not expecting this at all. Moving in here. Here we go. He does have the Evo Chamber up, but is it going to be enough? He's going to get a bunch of kills, it looks like here. One. Let's take a look at the worker count. Let's see how many workers he gets. That is... he's got 8 workers. 9 workers killed so far. That is huge, with 12 units killed, 10 workers, and now he's going to move in and start doing a ton of damage. He's got 2 Darkstalkers, Dark Templar. I keep saying Darkstalkers, it's a video game. Is it going to be enough? And there the Overseer pops, so that'll be enough to stop this currently. He's going to move that Overseer over there, and there he goes. So good. He still has to huddle these guys around because he's still got one in here, really just poking away, trying to take down this, but this guy's going to be killed very quickly as soon as the Overseer pops up in here. Let's see how long. There we go. And he's going to move all of his drones in here to start that mining again. And here comes the Overseer. Bam, there he is. And he's just going to retreat to the corner for now. Is he going to keep this? Okay, there he goes. He's going to go hunt him down. Or is he? Is he just going to make him sit over there? Interesting. Yeah, there we go. Okay, he decided to go get him now. There we go. Bye-bye, Dark Templar with 0 upgrades. I'm really tempted to say Darkstalker. It's really frustrating. So let's see what happens here. And we have 2 Twilight Councils. Huh. 2 Twilight Councils. Good. If you decide you want to use this to get charge. But even so, not really worth it. Probably a misclick on ROOTMinigun's part. That's actually going to hurt him a little bit there because it's the resources he could have used on non-troops or starting this upgrade much, much earlier. He's probably kicking himself at this point going, man, I should not have done that, especially since this is for some sort of tournament play. He does still have this thing up here. And we do have another Darkstalker, so he's really investing in these Dark Templar. God, Darkstalkers is not what he has, Mathis. Pay attention. So this Dark Templar is going to be moving on in here to attempt to do some, but if EGidra's smart, which he is, he's already got an Overseer popping out, so he's not going to get very far. There he is doing some attack. Yep, nope, this guy's going to be kind of a waste. He's not going to do much. Nope, and there he goes, dead. So, interesting play, try to go for those early Dark Templar, but really not paying off in the end. It ended up going to hurting him financially. And there he goes, some more. Maybe to take out some of that creep with this Observer. Maybe it's going to be a creep Dark Templar to try to finish this off before anything happens. We have a huge, a rather large Stalker Sentry army moving on out. And he did catch this thing here, so no more secret Dark Templar being warped in as he attempts to grab his 4th. So he's going to be going up he'll be 2 bases ahead of ROOTMinigun here, which is going to be great for him as opposed to last time where he just could barely keep up and have even amount of bases. So really keeping up on his macro, really focusing, and the food count is hugely different in favor of EGidra, 123 to 106. So right now it looks like EGidra's kind of got the lead. Those Dark Templar just did not pay off and are really going to hurt him. It looks like he's going to be moving in for the encounter, blinking those Stalkers in as Blink has finished, killing off that Overseer in case he wants to mix in some Dark Templar with that, which you do see typically in the later game with a lot of Protoss players where they mix in Dark Templar, but since detection for Zerg is mobile and quite nice, much like the Overseer, it's not going to do too much, and he's going to be killing off this Overseer with that. Yes, bam, there goes that Observer. and he's going to be doing some harassment here. EGidra just waiting for some more reinforcements. His force field's dropping, but is it going to be enough? The force field was so good last game. Let's see if they are just as good this game. It looks like he's going to be dropping them, forcing them around, but EGidra moving them around manually. Those force fields are really just stopping EGidra from doing anything. And the best part is he's going to be able to blink right down the corner over there if he decides that's what he wants to do. Kind of over here, trying to kill off this this pylon, but not doing much. A lot of his forces are dropping very quickly, but his food count is still above and beyond anything near minigun right now. So his Roach and Hydras are quickly just replenishing themselves very quickly from the hatcheries and are going to continue pushing this army back, killing off all of those sentries, so no longer can they throw any force fields or guardian shields, and he is going to force this back, killing off a few stalkers before they had dropping away. Good move, and now he's going to finish up down here, and he's going to start attacking this pylon, or no, he's going to move down here and try to take off what he can. And they're going to gun for this fourth base as it already has popped. So, and there is a Dark Templar now, so he's forced to retreat lest he lose more units than he plans. An Overseer being morphed in on the way, but this base is going to go down. It looks like, yes, it is going to go down, and there it goes. Yeah, is he going to get it? Yes, he does get it. Okay, blinking those stalkers away with 4 roaches just kind of pursuing while the rest stay over here. Looks like he's picking them up. Not sure why. Maybe they are the Dark Templars being a pain, but the Dark Templar is now long gone, as he does have a Spine and Spore Crawler defense going up, while his Dark Templar there is a Dark Templar, I think. Yep, one mixed in there with his huge Stalker army. And this Proxy Pylon, though he does know about it, is still up, so he's able to morph in those reinforcements very quickly. But he is creeping up the base. This has got to be so annoying, because he can't do anything about it, and allowing them quick movement in this area when he decides he wants to attack, especially if he uses Roaches and Hydras. Let's take a look at this army. Are they going to be moving out soon? It looks like they will. 3 more Dark Templar on the field with, is that a 4th? No, that is a Zealot. So 3 and a Changeling mixing in with his army. Just keep the tabs on them as best he can. Not really going to be able to do much other than just watch. And is he going to know about this? No, he is not paying attention. And so he's got them following that army around before anything is able to happen. Bam! We are going to be having a huge Roach Hydra army moving in. And I love that Roach Hydra army mix against gateway units. They are so strong. Hydras do so much damage, and Roaches can take so much damage that they just work perfectly against those particularly that Stalker Zealot mix. And a few of Idras are engaging here. He needs to move the rest of his army up, otherwise he's going to lose unnecessary units. But he's just kind of letting them go, and there we go, moving them in after losing a few Roaches and Hydras, unnecessarily lost. But they are going to be replenished very quickly. It looks like it's going to work out in his favor, pushing the army back. Root trying to do some damage, knowing he is behind, still only on 2 bases, as he's able to be contained by EGidra here. And he's going to be chasing this army down. Over here, if we take a look, he is attempting to take this 3rd, but he is forced to use his minerals on army reinforcements as EGidra is pushing forward. At this point, he's got to realize that the Zealot is now fake, and how sad is that to him to realize this gold has been gooped up, so he can't really take the gold if that's what he's aiming for. But he's going to push in now. It's going to be a big push by EGidra. Is it going to be the game-ending push? Is he going to move into his base? Does he know that he's only won 2 bases, or say like 1.5 at this point? Or even a, yep, 1.5. I was seeing if that how low that one was. Stalker's blinking away into the creep, killing off that Overlord. Here they go, big push coming in. Is he going to ignore that pylon? Yes, he is. He's going to go straight for the Stalkers, try to diminish this army. He looks like he's 1Aing at this point. Nope, he's moving them up, so all the Roaches and Hydras are in reach. He's going to, if he's smart, he's going to go right for those Stalkers before anything else. The upgrades could be potentially huge. Is these upgrades, so he's 0-2 on the upgrades right now. Those Stalkers are 0-0-1, so the upgrades are in his favor. Those Hydralisks are very weak compared to the Roaches, but he is pushing this back. It looks like he's going to clean this up quite decisively. Too many, and there is the GG from ROOTMinigun. So now the series is tied 1-1. Good move by EGidra really macroing up and pushing him back, keeping them, make sure the upgrades were a little bit ahead. And unfortunately, those Dark Templar just didn't pay off. A lot of his economy was put into those Dark Templar harass, and unfortunately was caught early by EGidra, and sadly Minigun continued to keep doing it, even though EGidra knew about it, so a lot of that was kind of failed. And it doesn't help that he built 2 Twilight Councils over here. I honest to God, think this is a mistake, since he never researched charge, so that was just a misclick on ROOTMinigun's part. But we'll see what happens next game in the tied-up series for the EG Masters. I'll see you guys next.